Hey guys, how are you? How's everybody? Um, I am actually under the weather. And I was going to cancel today's call, but I thought I should get on and talk for 15, 20 minutes. I have some stuff to share with you guys, including the blueprint of what we are doing here. We're going to make it short before I start coughing and sounding terrible, lose my voice. Okay, so I see quite a few people are on. Hi, everybody. Again, I apologize for my voice. I'm going to get into this quick presentation today, real quickly, and I'll tell you guys what's coming in the next few days. Just giving you a little bit of a, uh, I think it's always good when you have customers to talk to them about the direction that the company or product is going, and I highly recommend it in general. Obviously, nothing ever pans out exactly the way it is thought through at the beginning. Things change, but one way of doing of having a like increasing your customer retention is to tell them, communicate with them continuously on the direction that you're going. And I think it helps in general. Customers are more understanding than a lot of times you guys give credit to them. Just in general, in life, whenever I've been transparent about my product roadmap and direction, it has worked in our favor. So I'm kind of doubling down on that. So last year in October, we started, this push towards building products for AI marketing agencies. And we had an original vision that kind of got modified over time. And and you can see it on this screen. This is how we sort of like, after some modifications, we landed on. So our AI marketing agency, the way it's set up, and there's a reason what I'm why I'm talking about it, because AI software agency will follow this blueprint. Is we obviously started with an academy and training, and there are quite a few lessons in the academy. Then, in the meantime, we started building apps for AI marketing agency. If you look at our apps, we built quite a few apps, and we will obviously continue to build those apps. But you can think of scroll stopping ads and hero images and hooks. The most used products right now are hero images, magic hooks, and ultra fast funnels. These are marketing agency products, but we also have other products, including e-commerce PDP, which is a highly used product. And there are some productivity tools that we have rolled out that we will continue to roll out, including domains, Vault, AI image generator, and we have more coming up. But we started by rolling out AI marketing apps. And there's a lot more coming down the road as well. I can go through it. I'm hoping I can roll out 2 more apps this week to you guys. But going back to what I was talking about, so we started by training classes in the academy, then apps to help you with marketing. We gave you guys a lead flow product. Not that you should limit yourself to leads that we give you, but it's just a good starting point. An AI proposal generator, which hasn't launched to you guys yet. It is being tested as we speak. But hopefully before the end of this week, you will have a marketing proposal generator coming before the end of this week. My hope is by Friday it's rolled out. And yesterday we rolled out Agency in a Box. Okay. This is for people who want us to do the back end work for them. So essentially, if you zoom out for a second, the idea is very simple. We give you some leads, and you guys obviously do your own prospecting. And I have a prospecting tool also coming up, which is going to help with both LinkedIn prospecting tool. We'll see, but I think it's going to help you guys with both marketing agency prospecting and software agency and any other prospecting you do for your other products. Apps to support you guys. So you're sitting at the top, and we give you different modules. If you look at this picture, this is you. You train yourself and you become really good. So that is essentially our academy for it. I'm talking about marketing agency at this point, and then I'm going to switch to a software agency. So training so that you are educated and you understand what you're building for the customers. At the top, I think the most important skills for you guys to have is, like I always say, is common sense is perhaps the number one most important skill, and it's very rare. So common sense, people skill, and sales. If you develop those three, you can train yourself. You can use our apps, our lead flow to find customers, or you do your own prospecting. Pretty soon, we will have a proposal generator to make your life easier, at least give you the starting point. Now, you may choose to come up with your own proposal to stand out, but we will give you something that at least give you inspiration, if if not the final product. Apps to actually deliver the projects for the customer if you choose to do your own, if you want to actually do the delivery yourself. An agency in a box that we rolled out yesterday. If you want to, if you want us to do the service on a and give you guys a wholesale price that then you can charge a customer. And in the lesson yesterday, I talked about rule of third. So your cost of fulfillment should be about a third. So whatever you charge for a project, about a third of it you should earmark for cost of fulfillment, whether it's for us, with us, or you do yourself, or you hire VAs, doesn't matter. You need to also value your own time. Um, about a third is marketing and sales. About a third is your gross margin. That's to me is a healthy agency. Does that make sense, guys? So for software agency, we're going to follow a similar path. And it's going to be a little different because it's a very different project, very different type of service, but it's going to rhyme a little bit. Okay. So for Academy here, I'll dive deeper into it. So Matt, our VP of machine learning, is going to start recording weekly videos with homework that we're going to drop. This is going to be offline lessons. He's going to record them and we are going to drip it into the academy. And I'm going to let you guys know when a lesson is up uh, via email. The first lesson is going to be is going to be there before Tuesday of next week. So we're going to start building this. And the good news about software agency, AI software agency, I think the frenzy, even though there's a lot of frenzy around AI, I think the the market for AI marketing agency developed before, everybody. It's people have not started to realize that AI software is readily available to them, meaning it's already relatively easy to build AI apps. Depends on obviously the type of AI app you're building, but people have not quite realized. People have realized that AI can significantly help with marketing, but they still haven't realized how accessible and easy it is to actually have AI software apps built for them. So you guys are a little now. It will happen. People will realize, and there's going to be a rush. But you guys are positioned, I think, from a time perspective. It's never easy to time the market, but I think if anything, we are a little bit early, so that gives you time to catch up with our training, and we roll out lessons in the academy, so that let's say in the next 6 months, you have a good grasp of what can and cannot be done using AI. Remember this I talked about last Tuesday. One objective that we want to accomplish with our um, AI software agency training is to teach you guys what the technology can do in reality, so you don't take on projects that are where the technology is not there. I think this pretty much happens all the time, and I showed you guys an example last Tuesday where people take on projects um, that the perception of what the technology can do is ahead of it used to be behind. So if you look at this curve, this actually think it's happening right now. We are on this side of the curve. So AI was underestimated. So this is reality, this is perception. And then all of a sudden, now perception is way ahead of reality. So people don't quite understand what AI can and cannot do. And that's one of the main goals that we want to accomplish with the training. And we're going to show you guys how you can play with different AI models to understand what is doable and what's not. Lead flow is coming relatively soon. We will give you guys a bunch of apps, including a Kanban project management tool that will help you with managing projects once you take on clients. AI proposal generator is going to come much later. The reason for that is we're just rolling out our AI marketing proposal generator. The reason for that is we need a lot of apps built, and also we need to have a clearer picture of what customers can do for their clients before we can roll it out. So this is for software agent for marketing. This will come hopefully this week. There's a version of it right now being tested, but for marketing agencies, like we are 6 months in and we're just rolling it out. I think we will have this rolled out to you guys in a few months for software agency as well. Lead flow coming soon. Training is going to roll out. And in terms of the equivalent of agency in a box, it's going to take us a while to get to that point where we can actually deliver certain services for you guys. But this will come hopefully at some point to you guys as well. So in the short term, Academy and Lead Flow, then apps will start dripping to you guys. And then later on, you will have proposal generator and then agency in a box. Does that make sense? It's kind of like a repeat of what we did for marketing agency. Okay. Now, in terms of training itself, so the way I envision this training to, I'm going to instruct my team to, let me move the chat widget a little bit so I can see. So this I covered last Tuesday. I think these revolutions come in 4 stages: hardware, infrastructure, tooling, and apps. I recommend you guys we are fully focusing on app building. It's kind of like it propagates from bottom up. So it's hardware, then infrastructure. This is like ChatGPT and stuff. Then tooling is replicate.com, which you will get training on. And now there are a few others. And then apps on top, which I think where you need to position yourself. We are positioning ourselves in this layer. Okay. So the training is going to be roughly broken out this way: 30% infrastructure, meaning understanding text to text LLMs, diffusion models, video generation models, and things like that. It will not be super detailed because just like building an internet company, you don't really need to understand every details about how the infrastructure works of the internet. Here's similar thing, but you need to have general understanding of it. Okay. So 30%, I think roughly is going to be focused on these. And that this is where the first couple of lessons is going to be. Then is tooling. And tooling are tools that allow you to build on the infrastructure layer. If you're not directly working on it, you're using tools to build on that. This is where you need to also have familiarity with available tooling, if nothing else, for you to stay ahead of the curve in terms of what is being available and not available. And once you have an understanding of these two, meaning you understand the basics, that's when we're going to move to actual app building. And we have built quite a few AI apps for ourselves already, and I've also hired external agencies and all that. So I'm going to give you guys the model of how to work with developers, whether you're replicating our system to bring outsource developers from Upwork or other places, and you're managing them, or you're working with another agency to do the actual building. These apps are relative. It's actually surprisingly low cost to build, given already the tooling and infrastructure that's available today. So then we're going to focus on app building. So the order of training is going to be first here. Okay, as some of you guys might be advanced and already know the foundation models. Then we're going to move to tooling, and then we're going to talk about app building. the first lesson for Academy is going to be dropped before next Tuesday, and it's going to be offline. It's not going to be live. And then we're going to continue dripping. Think of it as a university course. I think this is going to have a life cycle like we had like AI marketing agency. It's going to have a 6 month life cycle. And I think you guys are a little bit ahead of the curve anyway. So the timing, in my opinion, works perfectly. Look, there has been a revolution in an info products in the past, let's say 10 years. So info products, as do you guys have you guys heard the term info products or training products, digital products? So it really didn't exist about, I won't say, I mean it existed, but it wasn't really like a big thing 10 years ago. And there was a whole boom of those, and now the market is flooded with info products. And with info products, obviously coaching and consulting businesses um, that have blown up quite a bit. Okay, so it's kind of like most people lead with info products and then they sell higher ticket coaching products. There's also consulting services for SMBs. Social media marketing agency was probably the in the marketing. I'm talking about the parallel marketing. There, like if you went 10 years ago, again, you didn't have a lot of like social media marketing agency didn't really exist as a consulting to small and medium sized businesses. It blew up quite a bit. So these three are all really three big markets that have blown up in the past 10 years, I want to say. Okay. I really think in the next few years, you will see a parallel explosion of the exact same concepts, the AI version of it blowing up, meaning we already talked about AI marketing agency, but a lot of people who have info products or coaching products, they will switch to providing AI apps. Just think on it for a second. So let's say you have a health and fitness is a big category. So let's say you have a health and fitness info product, right? And it used to be okay, health and fitness info product is essentially a academy with a bunch of lessons and videos, which is mostly in the form of videos, live training, and then upsold to coaching and consulting businesses. I think all of those are going to flip into okay, I'm going to lead with an AI training bot. Okay. And I have this AI agent that actually helps client customize workout plan or what have you, keeping them accountable. And then then you upsell coaching and consulting businesses on top. So that flip even haven't started. So actually, the way a lot of these, if you look at ads, at least I get a lot of ads um, for AI products. Most of them are not actually AI products; they're info products. Okay, that teach you how to use AI. So we are at that stage. So in the future, you will have these same coaches and consultants not lead with an info product, but they will lead with an actual AI product. Okay. So with that, I think you will see all these coaches and consultants one by one flipping into having offerings that are no longer like classes, all these tools that I've developed, Kajabi, Teachable, all these platforms for info products. You will have people now lead with AI products. At least that's my thesis. I don't know if you guys agree or not. So I think there's a huge opportunity here and here. Okay, for you guys to get ahead of the curve and essentially have become really good at building AI apps for all these people. Think any category, okay? Health and fitness I mentioned, but all sorts of info products around. There's like trading stocks. There's like info products around any category you can think about. So all of those will pretty much flip into AI. That's my prediction. And on top of it, small, medium-sized businesses are going to become more and more aware that they need to be taking advantage of this revolution that is happening. Is I don't think it's there. So one way to think about it is SMBs right now. When you tell them, "Hey, you need to use AI in your business," they're thinking, "Okay, I use AI as an external tool, meaning I learned how to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not integrated into their business. ChatGPT doesn't know anything about their business. It would be a little bit like in early days of the internet, you had a traditional business and you said, "Hey, you need to use internet to to win in this competitive game." They would be like, "Oh, I use it. I use it. I use Google.com and search stuff." Well, yeah, that's a good starting point, but really, you need internet into your business. You need to have a website. You need to have e-commerce. You need to have CRM and all those things, right? So I think the same will happen here, meaning right now, a lot of SMBs really think, "Oh, I use AI already. I go ask questions from ChatGPT." Well, ChatGPT is an external tool, doesn't know anything about your business. When you ask a question about it from ChatGPT, is answering your question based on general knowledge that is available in the training data set, which is the internet. That revelation, that understanding, I think it's a little bit far out. You can never force your will on the market, so you got to wait for the market to get there. I think the market will get there soon. And you guys need to position yourself when SMBs realize that, oh, ChatGPT is just an external tool. I need to have my AI integrated into my own business. That's an opportunity, huge opportunity. There are tens of millions of SMBs in the United States. Info products and coaching businesses, the good thing about them is that they are in a very competitive market. So the moment they realize by launching AI apps, they can get a head start over the competitors, they will start flipping and they don't know how to build these AI apps. That's why it's important to get ahead of the curve and be ready for these changes. Does it make sense, guys? Now, there's a whole suite of solutions for traditional larger companies, which is to improve the productivity of these companies, if not replace the workforce, augment the workforce, that we will build ourselves in our for our platform. Our vision is to develop all these productivity solutions, AI productivity solutions for these companies. And by the time those companies start flipping, we will hopefully have a large suite of these products ourselves that you can go to these companies and start selling to them as a consulting service. Okay. So with that, I'm going to stop talking before I lose my voice.
All right, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your day and have a good one. See you soon. Cheers.